Friday night in the coastal town of New Richmond, Quebec. Main Street is packed. Locals and visitors cheer for their favorite rally team.
In 2009 was my very first rally. This weekend will be very special for us, for sure.
This is the opening ceremony for round 3 of the Canadian Rally Championship, Rallye Baie des Chaleurs. This is where the championship battles tighten. Competitors become rivals, but all the teams enjoy the spectacle and they put on a show for the fans.
Oh, the competition is going to be solid. Wim, as always, one of my favorite guys to race against. He's beat me a couple times in a row now, and I'm not having any more of it. That's it. It's finished.
The biggest party of the year also brings the biggest challenge.
So yeah, Baie des Chaleurs, it's obviously one of the most difficult events.
It's a long rally and it's a rough rally. You need to take care of the car basically and have a good crew team.
Always the goal is to finish the rally, so that's the main plan.
Many will not make it to the finish. Just one will emerge victorious, and it starts now. After the excitement of the Friday night ceremonies, the first day of competition at Rallye Baie des Chaleurs looms ahead. The 238 stage kilometers are muddy, adding to the challenge the 33 teams will face on the notorious roads. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada, confidence in motion. First to tackle the foggy stages are Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Pour droite, suivi par maître.
These conditions will favor a team with a conservative mindset, and this duo are not only experts, they're masters at going the distance. Combine their talents with the World Rally Spec Mini, and they are the favorites to win this weekend.
Et freine 30 mètres après le crest pour gauche 2 caché. Freine 30 mètres après pour gauche 2 caché.
Next on the road are the defending champions, Karel Correa and co-driver Samuel Joyal. They piloted their Subaru to second place at Rallye Baie, but missed the Rocky Mountain Rally. But it looks like Carey might be feeling the pressure.
Big, c'était quoi ça? Droite 5, qui roule sur crête.
The car has suffered some damage, but it could have been much worse. The LeBlanc brothers are always fan favorites here in New Richmond. The local heroes have had mixed results on these stages, hitting the podium in 2017, but finishing well down the order last year.
Se referme en 59, André. 50. C'est quoi ça? Ça défonce. Droite 75. Continue over crest. Pourquoi ça fait ça? Je sais pas. 100.
Luck is not going their way this year. A gearbox problem is slowing them down. Their goal immediately shifts from setting fast times to just surviving until the next service. Jean-Sébastien Besner and co-driver Yvan Joyal won this event last year, and they would like nothing more than a repeat. But just like that, Besner's run for the win ends with a damaged driveshaft and broken rear differential. Maxime Labrie and Annick Barrette had a rough start to the year in their new car, Antoine Lestage's ex-championship-winning Subaru. They're giving their new ride another go, but an impact to the front end has damaged the cooling system, resulting in billowing steam and an overheating engine. Another regular podium contender out of the hunt. The heavy attrition at the top is opening the door for a wider range of drivers to challenge for the podium. Sébastien Clark and Yannick Marin, winners of last year's Rallye Charlevoix, are moving up the field as other drivers drop out. Clark is excellent at finding the right balance between pace and risk, and those skills will serve him well this weekend. Also showing great pace early on are Yves Boudreau and Danny Hudon. The local heroes are from just down the coast in Maria, so the fans are cheering extra loud for them. The usual suspects are here for the two-wheel drive battle, but it goes pear-shaped for some of them right from the start. Jason Bailey usually trades second for the class lead, but a failed oil pump ends his rally on the first leg.
Tidy left 4 minus don't 50.
Oh, something just died.
Tidy left 4 minus don't 50. Breaking down right
the oil
4.
light is on. It's fine.
Okay, to right 4, middle overtakes on the bridge. Get off before the bridge.
Defending Quebec two-wheel drive champions Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé usually punch well above their weight on these stages, but a broken drive shaft derails their hopes for a class win. They will limp back to service, but the damage is done. This leaves defending champs Wim van der Poel and Brian Lord flying well ahead of the rest of the two-wheel drive class. Wim has got to be a little on edge here, as Rallye Baie des Chaleurs has been unkind to him in the past. This year, he ends the first leg with a solid lead in the class. Behind him is the classic Datsun of Nick Wood and Patrick Levesque. Despite losing the hood early on, they're in top form. And rounding out the top three in the two-wheel drive class are series regulars John Munro and Bill DeBroy, working their Fiesta for all it's worth. Levac and Lewis set the early pace, followed by Carré and Joyal. The LeBlanc brothers hold on to third despite the gearbox issues. Van der Poel and Lord lead two-wheel drive in 6th overall. The teams arrive for the first service of the rally when we come back.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 13-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
Welcome back to Rallye Baie des Chaleurs, round 3 of the Canadian Rally Championship. As the cars arrive at the first service, many teams are reeling from the attrition, but Joel Levac is in command.
Different conditions. Some place very muddy, very narrow and muddy, and other places dry and with lots of grip. So we push maximum attack at that kind of place. Yes, everything is fine.
Going back for Éolville, we had an issue. We clipped a few trees, so the front left end is a bit dented, but nothing major. And I see the guys, they popped the rear diff, so I guess there's an issue with the differential.
Jean-Sébastien Besner has managed to make it back to service, but the podium is probably out of reach.
Finally, it's the rear diff that I think just blew in one of the hairpins in the last stage. So it's a bit of a shame because we were still in a good position for second or third. We have some of the parts, not all of them. So the good thing about New Richmond is that everybody is ready to help. So I'll make a few phone calls of local heroes and try to fix it.
Time-wise, we're not that bad, but I lost the second gear in the second stage. So we're losing time, but Labrie just had an engine issue in the fourth stage, and Besner is out in the last one. So even with our problem, we gained position. We're now sitting in third position overall. To maximize our chance of finishing the rally, we're just gonna change the oil after service. Just need to hope it's gonna hold all the rally and not using my second gear.
Yeah, the guys are trying to repair. You know, we were losing Prestone in the second pass of Éolville, so we stopped to make sure we didn't break the engine. The guy will try to repair, and if they can, you know, we'll restart tomorrow morning.
Ask Dubé.
If he knows somebody who works at the Ford dealership.
Not how we wanted this one to go. Halfway through the first stage, looked down, oil light was on, so we just killed it. Short of finding a Fiesta at the side of the road and just stealing the oil pump out of it, which believe me, I will do if I see one, that's our only option at this point.
Well, actually what happened is we had I don't know if you call this a drive shaft, broke after a tight curve, and we're getting it fixed right now to go back out for Saint Brûlé. And still have a shot anyway. We're gonna go back out there and give what we have to do.
It's going pretty good. Cannot complain. Apparently we are 8 overall, so I feel good because we stayed on the road, so that's the most positive thing. It feels good. We have no issues.
The fans help make Rallye Baie des Chaleurs one of the most spectacular rallies in North America, and the teams always look forward to rewarding them with spectacular driving. Levac and Lewis already have a significant lead. As the sun goes down and road conditions change, there is no value in taking big risks, especially with attrition being so high. The duo in the Mini continue to set fast times, but won't push to the limit unless challenged. A battery problem threatened to slow Carré and Joyal, but they've managed to keep their hold on second place. Having already won a championship, they've proven their maturity as well as outright speed. They know that challenging Levac's lead would require big risks, and second place is good for the championship. In a rally full of high-speed sections linked with tight corners, the loss of second gear is a big deal for LeBlanc. The missing gear hurts their acceleration back up to speed, but the local heroes are still attacking, maintaining third place. Boudreau and Hudon put on a good show for the fans at the Camp Brûlé spectator zone. But they can't quite catch Clark and Marin, who hold down fourth place as dusk sets in. Clark's pace doesn't slip, despite some issues with his lights shortly after sunset. The darkness increases the party atmosphere here in New Richmond, and the two-wheel drive competitors also get in on the entertainment. Vanderpoel continues to lead, but with Wood now out, Munro moves up to second in class. Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé's efforts to pull back time result in dramatic slides past the fans. As the evening ends, Levac has extended his lead to over 6 minutes. Carré, LeBlanc, Clark, and Boudreau round out the top 5. Vanderpoel extends his lead in two-wheel drive. As the cars arrive for the overnight stop, the drivers have a chance to reset their minds for day 2.
It's a very tough day. The road is tricky. It's crazy on there, so yeah, very fun. The fun is there and the pace is there. I will continue to push.
I think everything went well. We had a few issues on our end. The battery popped out and there was fume in the car in the last loop. We got a little dizzy a bit, but that's rallying, I guess. The only thing we had to do is keep the lead, and that's what we did, so it went well for today.
I need to drive smarter and easier, but our friends have some big problems, so right now we're still sitting in third, extending your lead compared to the fourth. So at the end, I'm really happy about the day.
We didn't want to fall asleep today because there's not really somebody close. We said we need a new target because otherwise, yeah, it's a little bit waste of time. So we said, no, let's see what we can do overall. And if we can make top 10, then it's a great success for us. So it's all good. The car is fantastic. Oh yeah, I'm freaking tired. I'm getting old.
The mechanics have a long night ahead of them here at Rallye Baie des Chaleurs. We'll be right back. A new day dawns in New Richmond, Quebec, and the spectators are ready for more action at Rallye Baie des Chaleurs. Leading the teams onto the road are Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis. Their consistent pace sees them starting the day with over 6 minutes in the bank. This is the sort of position that can lull lesser drivers into a false sense of security, but Levac has been doing this long enough to stay focused. With the car back in top form, Karel Carré finds himself unable to reel in Levac, but is staying well ahead of LeBlanc. The season has reached the threshold where points are really starting to matter, so Carré stays focused on taking home another podium finish. Still nursing a damaged transmission, the LeBlanc brothers are nevertheless having fun on the stages. The lack of second gear causes them issues in the tighter sections, but they're holding steady in third. Sébastien Clark has been steadily increasing his pace over the last few events, and it won't be long before he's regularly challenging for the overall podium. Although he can't catch LeBlanc, he is well placed to benefit from any further attrition. Boudreau and Hudon continue to lead the production class, steady in 5th overall. Wim van der Poel and Brian Lord continue their dominating performance in two-wheel drive. This duo are proving that their 2018 championship was no fluke. Given that Wim only has a couple of seasons in the two-wheel drive class under his belt, his adaptation to these cars has been remarkable. John Munro and Bill DeBroglie often finish just outside of podium positions, but here at Baie des Chaleurs, they've come into their own. They're currently holding down second in class, but are starting to feel some heat from Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé, who are flat out trying to make up the time they lost with the broken drive shaft. They are taking time out of Munro on every stage. Despite a conservative pace, Levac extends his lead over Carré. LeBlanc can't catch second place with the broken gearbox, but has 5 minutes over Clark. Van der Poel is your two-wheel drive leader. The teams get one more service before the final loop of the stages.
You need to continue a good pace because the pace note is made for a kind of speed, so if you're going too slower, you will miss or misjudge something. So yeah, we just continue, but I don't take any big risk.
Yeah, we went through the last few stages and the notes were perfect. We like these stages really fast, so they suit us really well. So it was a good loop, yeah.
We took some time at Karel the first stage this morning, but in the second he got us 22 seconds. So honestly, I'm not trying to push him. We're just enjoying our ride. We keep extending our lead on the fourth, so the plan is working pretty good.
We're still learning the car, but we're getting faster and faster. So it's been a good weekend. We've managed to keep it on the road. I mean, there's been a lot of attrition, which fortunately we've managed to stay out of, but you know, we're keeping it clean.
It goes really good. Car's good. Our pace is good. Still a long rally. It's not over yet. Everybody forgets that.
Tires on, wrenches down. It's the run to the finish of Rallye Baie des Chaleurs when we come back.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 13-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru. Confidence in motion.
At Rallye Baie des Chaleurs, the excitement increases as the teams close in on the end of the event. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada. Confidence in motion. The infamous spectator jump marks the finish line of the event, and the early series leaders Michael and Manuel Arsenault set the tone with the biggest jump of the day. Sébastien Clark does his best to impress the fans and crosses the line collecting fourth-place points. Usually the most conservative of drivers, Wim van der Poel punctuates his class win by sending it over the jump to finish the rally in style. John Munro did his best to try to keep Mathieu Leblanc at bay, but the regional two-wheel drive champion was on maximum attack and managed to claw back enough time to finish in second place, just ahead of Munro. An epic comeback. The Leblanc brothers managed to hold on to third through the finish despite running the whole event missing second gear. How much faster could they have gone with an intact transmission? Karel Carré and Samuel Joyal solidify their position in the championship hunt. They collect second place and valuable points toward repeating their title.
120.
Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis took command of this rally from the very first kilometer. Maximum pace, zero mistakes. They won every stage this weekend with the perfect balance of speed and respect for the roads.
Et dernier jump de gauche à droite.
Yes!
A well-earned win. Levac and Lewis take the win, followed by Carré and Joyal and the Leblanc brothers. Clark and Arsenault round out the top five. Van der Poel wins two-wheel drive. Levac takes the lead in the championship, but defending champ Carré is only 5 points behind. Arsenault emerges in third.
But rally is not easy, never. But you escape all the place we don't want to go or the ditch. So everything going fine, and we have a lot of fun on the car. So I think that is the main reason why we are together on the podium today.
We're feeling awesome. I mean, we're here at the end, and that's the main thing for this event. It was kind of a rough rally for us, but at the end we came out great. So I mean, that's amazing.
Well, it's an amazing result, especially that it's been 10 years today that we're doing rally. So it's a very special feeling for us to bring the car on the podium, even if we drove the whole weekend without second gear. 5 gear is overrated. 4 gear is all what you need to be on the podium.
It was a fun event. We pushed pretty hard on a lot of stages. We stayed inside the comfort zone, but we actually gave it, a lot of effort to put down some really good stage time. So
we try to this rally to stay concentrated the whole time. And even at the last stage, we kept on going.
Yeah.
We didn't lift. I think we never drove that fast.
With a championship battle starting to take shape, the teams will return in force in September for Rallye Défi.
If the car is re-prep, I'm sure we'll be, Stephanie and I will be at Défi, and we'll see after.
Défi will be the next event for us, and then we'll see where we stand if need be to go out west again this year.